Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna. Mm. So, welcome to this beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I couldn't imagine spending it different than with you, beautiful woman. I'm Birthe Schütz. I'm author. I published my book, Woman That Sell, last year. And I live on the beautiful island of Mallorca. And 2 hours ago, I have been to one of the oldest monasteries here on the island. I spent a couple of days in a monastery. No makeup, no shower, just cold shower, no iPhone, no book, just sunrise, sunset, fresh food from the garden, praying, chanting, and being with myself. And I want to start before we are going to breathe together. I want to start with what I find this time is all about. And some things I see a little bit critical. Not, I said that I will call you out today. Because I find that now we were talking about the year of the snake for a month. And the more we came close to the year of the horse, or to what's now happening on the 17th, we were all about like, okay, the last shedding, still shedding, shedding, but then we are going to the fire horse. And I think what I see, even with my clients, and when I take a look and when I talk to people, to women, I see that there's a lot of hope in the collective, and hope destroys everything. There's hope. Hopefully, it will not be that hard as last year. Hopefully, 2026 will not the same deep dive as 2025 because we are moving to the fire horse. But the thing is, everything has to do with yourself. Just because years are moving on from 2025 to 26 doesn't mean that you can still doing baby steps, baby sheddings still in your comfort zone. And even if you suffered a lot last year, as a lot of women did, that doesn't mean that you are prepared for the fire horse. So I really want to invite you to take some moments and really be very, very honest to yourself. If you really know who you want to be in the end of this year, 2026, if you're really aware of which woman you are going to be in 11 months, if you're really willing to take the steps you need to take to become the woman you desire to be. Because what I find is, or what I see from time to time, quite often, is that there are wish, but then there's a gap. There's a wish. I want to live like that. I want to reach those goals. I want to reach something. But here, I'm this woman and I'm not feeling very comfortable without leaving my comfort zone. So things will be very, very hard. So if you have, I ask you to have a pen and your journal. I really would like to invite you to make a clear vision of who do I want to be in 11 months? Which woman? Who do I really want to be? When I look in the mirror, how do I look? How will I dress? Where do I live? Who are my friends? Is my hair color still the same? What about my business? Who will I be? I give you 2, 3 minutes. Who do you want to be in 11 months? And where do you still avoid to do the real shedding work, not the baby steps? We are talking adult here. So just take some time, write down where you sense this gap, because it's so important as we are moving on this year. It's so important that you're really, really honest. So where are you now? Who are you going to be? Who do you want to be? And where do you sense the gap? Because the fire horse, young fire will burn you to the ground. If you lie, if you are going on lying to yourself. Yeah, I made a cut yesterday. Well, hello to Mallorca. And if you want to share, you can share. Maybe you want to share where you can still feel the gap, or maybe you can share what you feel like. Okay, now if I'm really honest with myself, okay, I try to avoid some things. Maybe you feel comfortable, and we are in a safe space, Maybe you feel comfortable to share, because every one of us has things. I mean, there are so many things we don't want to face. But there will come a time where we have to face them so, so clearly. We have to, if we really want to make a big, big difference in our life and the life of others. We can't stay the same. And especially in this year. Otherwise we will burn, burn like witches. So feel free to share. You don't have to. I can share one thing. I'm a multi-seven-figure coach. Um, I built a proper business and I tried to avoid, I never did a Canva graphic. I never wrote a invoice. I always had my assistants. I don't even write my newsletter. I don't have a clue about all these things, and I'm in business around 10 years now. Okay. So I really had to face myself. There were situations when I were in launch phases, when I tried to sell my stuff. There were phases where I felt very, and I'm very honest here, where I felt really overwhelmed. I felt helpless and overwhelmed. And I was always like, oh no, I have my assistants, they can manage that, and I'm just not into it, and blah, blah, blah. And then there came that day, and it's not that far away. I had to face myself that I'm not fully taking responsibility, you know? And if we want to build something, we have to take responsibility. And I wouldn't have never seen that before, because there were always things that no, it's normal to have assistants. Why should I do it? Why should I know how to do it? But on the other hand, I felt quite helpless because I couldn't do it by myself, So I had, I took a decision to step up, to take responsibility, even if I love that I have my assistants, but I had to take responsibility to try to do these things to not feel overwhelmed. And that was a big, big, big game changer in my entire business. Even if I still don't like and I don't write invoices, but at least I know how to do it. There are things we want, but on the other hand, we don't want to take the responsibility, and we have to be quite honest here. Okay, sometimes I feel overwhelmed when I go deeper in what there is coming out of me this year, looking forward to it, and same time sometimes it's scary. Yeah. And scarcity is very, very important. Very important. It doesn't mean that we are not allowed to feel scary. So maybe someone else wants to share something here. So where do you feel a gap in your now life, and maybe you avoid responsibility and the woman you want to become, you're going to become? Where do you feel a gap, and where do you feel like, I don't know if I really want to make these moves? I have fear of the amount of work I'll have to face if I succeed, so I don't have the discipline, and compromise. Yes, exactly. This is a little bit the same as I shared. And in the end, it's always like, who says that it has to be a huge amount of work you have to do? What if you allow yourself to feel very playful? For me, one of the biggest gift I gave to myself was the allowingness of things to become easy. Because when you're just taking the first step, this huge first step who's like big as to the moon and back, you do the first step, and then you allow yourself that things are getting easy. And for me, what I do when I know I have to make a quantum shift. I want a quantum leap. What I do is I'm always asking for playfulness. Can it be more playful? Can it be more easy? How can it be more playful? How can it be more easy? I don't have to I don't have to know the answer. I don't have to know the answer. This is the biggest issue when it comes to women doing business. They try to control, they try to know the answer, they try to control the outcome, they try to know how it will be, but having a vision and having desires and knowing who you want to be in 11 months doesn't mean that you have to know how the steps will be exactly, how you will reach those goals, but you have to face where you are now and what the first steps might be. This is very important. And then you have to let it go. You just have to not hope. As I said to the beginning, hope is freaking fucking bullshit. You just have to know that it will be. And now my dog starts snoring. So that was right. You just have to know that it will be as you want it to be. You don't have to know what's going to happen in between the next 11 months. You just have to trust yourself, do the first step, ask for playfulness, easiness, and then just go. And it will be a shitload of work, but who says that you can't trust yourself? Because you're becoming the new version of yourself. And it's always easier with someone by your side. I would have never reached the place where I am now without any help. For me, the gap is that I don't take good enough care of myself. Family always comes first. I fear that I'm running out of energy, and there are really so many things I still want to do, but the everyday life puts a brake on many of these things. Yes. And again, it's always the question of how can it be more easy? How can it be more easy? Who do I have to be? As I said, who do I have to be? And it's not that we can't make changes. It's not that we can't make changes. It's just that we avoid the consequence, even when it comes to family and kids and partnership, So ask yourself, who do I have to be to have more energy for myself? Because no one ever wrote a book about like the family is always first Bible. I've never heard of that book. But this is the rule for a lot of women. So what if, and this is perfectly fitting into this year, what if we are now as women are taking full responsibility of stepping up and writing this book of family comes always first, new, but it's you and my and your, it's our responsibility. No one else writes it for me. And this is exactly what we are talking about here. This is what I was talking about when I say I will call you out, because it's our responsibility. Every single one of us has the responsibility to step into her power. And I totally feel you. I totally feel this feeling of being stuck in a system, you know, in a family system, in a system, in a working system. But we have to move now. And this is why we have to be very precise of where we are going to be or where we want to be in 11 months. And then this year can serve us very, very, very well. And I can say the last 2 years of my life have been the most difficult years of my life. The most difficult years of my life on in every aspect. I left people behind. There were diseases. There were death. There were panic attacks. You know, there were so many challenging things, beautiful things, challenging things. But I know that me as a woman and you as a woman, we all have this inner knowing about what's wrong or right. We always have this inner wisdom. And this year doesn't accept women who are not taking responsibility to change the world. And I mean it, to change the world. We all are in here together on this Sunday afternoon. Give me a heart if you can feel that. Give me a heart. Or fire, a lipstick, whatever. We are all here together. And before we start to breathe, to open our womb space and our heart, I want to tell you about my horse. You know, I have a horse, a white Mustang, and he has this energy of this year, this very precise and very focused and very grounded energy. But if he's a Mustang, if he doesn't want something, he's not moving at all, or he's just shit on you. Like, who are you? Okay, you bought me, you bring me food, but who are you? Where are you? I can't feel you, I can't sense you. Something is wrong here. And he's the best mirror for me. His name is Aurine, the golden. And I feel exactly this kind of energy in this year. We are hoping that things are just changing, and I maybe you can feel yourself there. We are hoping that things will change, but they will not change if we will not change, you know? And I bought this horse and I thought, beautiful, beautiful blue eyes, white. He looks like an albino. He's the most beautiful Mustang in the world for sure. He's very special. He looks like a unicorn. And I bought this horse and I didn't realize that horses are the craziest mirrors in the world. And I can't hide. I have to be with my horse because I bought my horse. I brought it to Spain and I couldn't just give it away, you know, because he was facing me. And sometimes we just stood in the stable. We just stood there and I was like, okay, and now, can you do something nicely? And he was like, just eating the grass, and he was like we are talking to each other, obviously. He was like, you can be happy that you're just being able to stay next to me and I don't go away. Be happy that you are here and I'm not there, you know, I'm staying next to you. And then I realized that he never made things I want him to make. You know, he was like he's a free spirit because I always came to the stable very stressed. You know, in the middle of business meetings, I had my iPhone. I had so many ideas with my horse, but I was not the person. There was a gap. There was a gap. I was not able to see myself as the person I wanted to be, and he faced me. He forced me to see who I really am. And then I started to change because I had this mirror. And this is exactly what I want to do with you right now. Like, I want you to be very, very honest. You were talking, you were sharing your scarcity, you were sharing your fear, you were sharing your daily life issues or your daily life problems. But the next step is, who do you really want to be? And if you are not willing to take the leap, to go the steps in the best way with help, you know, if you're not willing to do the steps, then I'm very honest with you, then you should not have these wishes because this will drain you. If you know, if you have these desires and not willing to go do the first step, that will drain you so much because then you will think of, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't trust myself every single day. But maybe I can help you making a decision. Then who created the desires, you or your ego? Why does it matter? Why does it matter? This is just intellectual, but we are trying to create a new life.
Is this a question to me? Should I answer, or are we asking
Mhm.
ourselves this?
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, just do
I
it.
don't know. I'm new here. Are we allowed to speak?
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Just speak.
Okay. Yeah, because I
Why do you,
wrote
why?
that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, just,
Um,
mhm,
well, I have to haul out here because
mhm.
I just came back from, sorry, I just kind of butted in on you guys a little late and a lot of restlessness here for me to situate myself. I'm here now. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. We hold space.
Um, um, and I just went for a walk with my dog along the Danube. And I ran into, can I just tell my story real quick? Because this kind of really fits in with this who are you and who you
No,
want to
no, no,
be.
no. I,
Huh? It's a short
if
one.
it's a story,
It's not a story. It's not a
if it's,
story. It was just
okay, good.
my
Then tell
experience
you,
here that
tell you.
leads into this
Yeah,
very
good. That's good.
nicely.
That's good.
Because I'm struggling right now with exactly this question, like which way am I going to go with this?
Hmm, hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think everybody else will benefit from this too, because it goes exactly into that question.
Hmm.
So I have my baggage like everybody else, and I'm walking my dog, and I meet this lady that I've met a couple times, interesting old lady from the Bundeswehr, very wise, very knows everything.
Uh-huh.
Nice conversations, and then we got to, so what are you doing now? And I'm in the middle of deregistering myself from Germany and taking the big trip and starting
Hmm.
somewhere else, just
Mallorca, like
not
all of
here,
us.
just not here anymore. So I have my bus and I'm going to go on my merry way. And we kind of talked about all the events that kind of led up to Germany not really having worked out for me. Um, and this is it. She basically turned to me and said, "Well, it sounds like everything you did your life was wrong." everything you did was a mistake. And my bagage is a gaslighting narcissist and me being told my entire life that I'm a failure. So that didn't really
Mhm.
help with me controlling my triggers. And I tried to communicate this with her. I'm just like, it doesn't really
Why?
help to tell me that everything I did was wrong. I
But
think other
why
forces
did
played
you
in.
let
Huh?
me
Yeah, yeah,
we can't do a coaching session here, but I would like you to know, I would like to ask you, why did you even try to communicate to her?
that's the point, and that's my learning. I know, I don't
Yes.
want coaching. I'm doing it myself here. I know what I'm doing. But it was just another test again. And then I asked myself,
Mhm.
because I told myself this morning, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go there, up
Mhm.
here,
Mhm.
in the positive, in the heart, in the not what I do to myself every day. It's hard. 30 years of
Mhm.
self-therapy is hard. Um,
Mhm.
and so I'm taking this. I'm just like, okay, I can take this now and just
Mhm.
go to the next train track and just throw myself in front of the bus. Or I
Yeah.
can, um, you know, talk to the hand therapy
Yeah.
and go on my merry way because I have an adventure ahead of me. Have no idea where I see myself in 11 months. But back to this, who am I really? I'm the same person I've always been. Who
Mhm.
keeps butting in is my question. So I ask myself less of who I want to be. I'm so aware of who I am. I just have to make sure that my ego doesn't butt in to get in the way of who I really am. So I don't even have to ask myself that question. That's what I wanted to say.
Let's breathe, my dear. Let's breathe together. Thank you for sharing your question. And I want to leave you with one sentence, and you can take it into your heart, or you can take it with you into the breathing session we are doing. What if your ego is not bad at all? What if your ego is your best friend? What if your ego loves to drink champagne, dance under the moonlight, and it's just invited to be part of your life? I wrote one sentence when I arrived in the monastery a couple of days ago. I have my this, not even a proper journal. I have this thing. I bought it at a gas station on my way. And I wrote one sentence, and this sentence means I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I'm unlearning everything I ever knew. And this is my daily mantra. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't know. I know who I want to be. I know what I desire in my life. But I don't know which doors I have to walk through. But I know that they will show up in the right moment. And I know that I so fully trust myself that I take these doors, that I walk through these doors when they show up. And I don't hope, I know. Okay. I would love to breathe with you, just to let these informations sink in. And I would love to invite you, all of you, to be very honest, even after this call. Be very, very, very honest with yourself, where you are and where you want to be. But don't make yourself wrong, because this is just a feminine habit to make themselves. We make ourselves wrong whenever we can. Whenever we have the possibility, we feel shame, we feel guilt, we feel that we are wrong all the time. So this is not the time. You can observe, you can be very, very honest. You can say, okay, this is the gap. Like an Yes, like an adult being, but you don't have to go into this rabbit hole of shame, guilt, fear, all these things. You don't have to. You don't have to. So we are doing a very grounding technique. Mm, you can, I would love you to stay. Yes, I would love you to stay. You all can switch off your Zoom, your camera if you want, if you feel better this way. And we will listen to some music. The song will be the same. It will be continuing after the first round. So don't feel irritated because it's the same song again. This is meant to be. And you can get up. If you're sitting right now, you can switch off your camera and you can get up. And then we breathe together.
Let me test the sound. Is it good like this? Can you hear it? Or it's too loud?
Muss mal gucken. Kann man mich gut hören jetzt? Hört ihr mich? Okay. You can regulate it on your phone. Little less. Little less.
Brilliance and grace, welcome joy, satisfaction, pleasure and strength. Welcome essence, beauty, presence, time, spirit, form and space. Welcome excellence in every way.
Also für mich ist es gut. Ich habe es aber an meinem Telefon jetzt gerade leiser gedreht. So you can all get up. Just stay.
What I seek, I am. What I wanna know, I understand. All I wish I could again.
Mach mal aus, Anna. Mach mal aus die Musik. Wir machen es ohne Musik. We are going without music. We don't need music. So just get up and feel yourself very present, very, very present. Just drop your shoulders. Relax your perineum very consciously. Very, very consciously relaxing your perineum. Your buttocks, your legs, your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Relax your mouth, your tongue, your forehead. And then bring your awareness to your feet. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Just feel into your toes, wiggling a little bit. And then feel your feet and their connection to Mother Earth. And just stay there while breathing into your nose and very long and gentle out through your mouth. Just a little bit open, lips not wide open, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And in the same moment, you stay present with your feet, connecting to Mother Earth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And your shoulders become more relaxed, more soft as your perineum. Your hips are open and relaxed. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Nothing else. Just here in this present, in this now moment. Because we are always creating in the now. Breathing in and out. Nothing else. Just breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. And I would love to invite you to see yourself surrounded by this group, even surrounded by the woman who will see the recall. We are all in this together, and this is a huge gift. In through the nose, out through the mouth. There's nothing else to do right now than being present with the now moment. I know who I am in truth, and speak these words out loud. I know who I am in truth. I know who I am in truth. I know who I am in truth. Just stay there. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your fingers. I know who I am in truth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And you're very, very present right now. You're staying strong and tall and soft at the same time. With all these beautiful women, with the femininity tribe, with a tribe who's going to change the world. Because we are the leader the world needs right now. Every one of us is chosen to lead into a new era. Just stay there. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just be present with your inner leader. Every muscle tension softens now. I know who I am in truth. I know who I am in truth. I know who I am in truth. And I want to invite you to receive a very new version of yourself now. It's like you're seeing a white wall in front of you. And this wall is like your playground. And you are receiving pictures. And you're allowing yourself to receive the pictures. And I want you to ask the question, what did I not allow myself to receive till this now moment? What did I not allow myself to receive? Be very honest here. And it doesn't matter what it is. It also can be anger, because you were never able to feel anger. Maybe this is something you should allow yourself, but it can be everything. What did you not allow yourself to receive? What did you avoid in your life? Just let these things come in. Maybe it's aliveness. Maybe it's easiness. Maybe it's juice, this juicy juice. aliveness is a big topic here in this group. So what if you choose aliveness now? What if you choose aliveness now? How juicy and alive can I be as a woman? Take 3 to 5 deep breath in, very deep. And then let go the exhale. Very, very deep. 3 to 5. Very deep inhale. And let go the exhale. Very, very, very relaxing exhalation. One more. One more. One more. Yes. Yeah. Come back. You can shake off your hands, your arms, your legs. Come back. So we are here to live our best lives, to feel fully alive and fully aligned. And we are also here to be very honest with ourselves. Because only if we are honest with ourselves, we can serve So thank you for having me. I think Anna will continue.
Yeah, thank you so much, Birthe.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Whoever looks the recording, you can reach out to the person who invited you, please, and contact the woman or the man. We have also some leaders who are inviting here in the room. And I would stop the recording actually.